Alright, let's talk about some films I watched. And all these came from collections of movies. And then I also watched, I don't have it loaded up on the TV. I watched some King of the Hill, of course, last night. But I talked about that last video. I did after I recorded the other video. I watched Star Trek Trouble with Tribbles. Love that episode. Fan favorite classic of the OG series. Great to watch that. So that was fun. But I did watch The Big Freeze and Journey of Big Water. So Land Before Time 8 and 9. So yeah, we're on 8 and 9. I watched those. So now we're on to... So we got about 5 more? Yeah, 5 more of Land Before Time movies. Should take me about to Saturday. If at the most, maybe Sunday. I really liked this. I really liked the first Land Before Time, and I've been enjoying revisiting the sequels. But these are the first ones that were just like, all right, you're really freaking stretching. Number one, we're at the 9th movie. These are now digitally animated. They're not hand drawn anymore. Which is like, they look okay. At least I think it's digitally animated. It doesn't have the same hand drawn look as the other sequels did. It definitely looks worse. The voice acting is worse. The music's worse, and the writing's worse. Like, I noticed that they just kept going with some of the writing and direction here. Some of it just wasn't very good. They didn't have very good new characters. The stories didn't make much sense. Like, there's a story about how Littlefoot wishes he had a sibling and then runs into this character who's lost all of his family. And it's like, where is this coming from? It's like a weird story that doesn't make sense for these characters to have. And it just was boring, wasn't interesting. And yeah, I mean, none of these sequels were interesting. So far. I mean, I remember the first 3 really well because I've seen them the most, and also Land Before Time is just a good movie. But the other ones, I'm just like, I forget them right after I watch them, and yeah. I think that's why they stopped making them, honestly. It's because they kept making them because they kept selling, but once they stopped selling, it got to the point where there's so many and they were just very forgettable. And then years later, they're like, you know what, we have a ton of these. Let's just put this in a collection and try to sell it. And they did. I'm enjoying revisiting it. And this one I remember being on the Journey to Big Water was one of the one I remember, like, the advertisements a lot on the Land Before Time DVDs I had. But yeah, so next we got the Great Long Neck Migration Invasion of the Tyrannosaurus. And then we got Great Day of Flyers, Wisdom of Friends, and Journey of the Brave, and then we're done. I will say though, these next Land Before Time sequels get longer. Like, the next one's an hour and 25 minutes. The one after that's an hour and 21 minutes. And the one after that is an hour and 21 minutes. And then they go back to kind of being shorter than the last one is long. And it's like, when these were just barely an hour, when these were just barely over an hour, you were kind of pushing it. But now it's like, But yeah, we'll watch the next 14 and talk about those. And then I finally started watching this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what you call it. Oh, Paranormal Activity. I watched 1 and 2. Actually 3. The first 3. Now there's 6 of them. There's 6 movie collection. I liked the first one. I felt like it knew what it was. Like, this kind of, you deal with the paranormal stuff, but it's filmed like a mockumentary almost. And that's really good. It's a kind of shaky cam. The second one, I feel like didn't know as much as it wanted to do. And then I think or was it third one or second one, whatever. The second one I think was trying to be a prequel and a sequel all at the same time, which is just really weird. Yeah, I didn't like any of them besides the first one. They all kind of felt the exact same. Like, I felt like I was watching the same exact movie, kind of. And the fact that there's 3 more of these is a little ridiculous. But I'll check them out. I'm going to watch them all and see if I like them. But yeah, it's cool to have these because, a lot of people like these movies. and just to have them in a nifty little collection like this is just kind of nice. So cool. But yeah, that's all the movies I watched, at least today. You know, I was really happy to watch some of these. Not happy to watch some of these. So